here's some more examples of the Pythagorean theorem and how to formally set up the equations. So in this problem, we're trying to find the hypotenuse, which is C. And the reason that we know it's the hypotenuse is because it's directly across from the right angle. So I know that C will be directly across from that right angle. So I'm going to use my formula, a squared plus b squared equals c squared. I know 4 squared plus 8 squared will be my a and b. Doesn't matter which ones you make them. So then I get 16 plus 64 equals c squared. 16 plus 64 is 80. So 8 equals c squared. So in order, the next step, find the square root of both sides. So the square root of 80 is approximately, so C is approximately 8.9 units. So whenever we're doing this, unless it is a perfect square, we want to round it probably to the 10th or the 100th. The next example, again, I'm missing the hypotenuse because it's directly across from that right angle. So I start with a squared plus b squared equals c squared every time. So I'm going to do 3 squared plus 7 squared equals c squared. So I get 9 plus 21, which is going to be 30 equals c squared. I find the square root of both sides because that gives me c. And I get c is approximately 5.5 in its units. This next example, I have the hypotenuse. 7.4 is directly across from the right angle. So this time I know what c is. So I'm going to do a squared plus b squared equals c squared. I always plug in for b because it doesn't really matter and solve for the a squared. It's easier to see. So I'm going to have a squared plus 3.6 squared equals 7.4 squared. So 3.6 times 3.6 or 3.6 squared is 12.96. Seven 7.4 squared is 54.76. So then I subtract to get a by itself. So I get a squared equals 41.8. And I square root both sides. So a is approximately 6.5. So the next example, again, I have the hypotenuse, which is directly across from the right angle. So I'm again going to do a squared plus b squared equals c squared. I'll use a squared, so a squared plus 2.7 squared equals 6.5 squared. 2.7 squared is 7.29. 6.5 squared is 42.25. So I subtract 7.29 from both sides. So I get a squared is 34.96. And then I take the square root, which is approximately, so a is approximately 5.9.